Selling life insurance has become so incredibly easy. How easy, you might be asking yourself? Well, today on this episode of Selling Life and Annuities, Brady Doppler, our Associate Director of Medicare Supplement and Senior Life Insurance, and myself, Randy Pierson, Vice President of Life and Annuity Sales, we're going to discuss exactly how easy it is. All right, Brady Doppler, so let's talk about how the selling life insurance space has changed and really become so much more easy and fast.
Yeah, it certainly has changed. I think one of the things, I started in the business about 7 years ago, and one of the things that was surprising to me, and I'm sure it was surprising to you, was how behind they were with sort of technology and the ease of doing business. All right. And with, the acceleration of technology right in front of our eyes, insurance is finally catching up on that drift. So it is very easy now. It is very fast now. And it's slowly being introduced to some of our core carriers. If not every carrier, I would say within the next 2 years, we can really say that they're becoming faster and more efficient.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I've been in the business 35 years, and I would say the traditional way of writing life insurance, taking applications, going through the underwriting process, changed very little for the first 25 years of my career. It's only really been in the last 10 years that we've started to see
Certainly
an evolution in the way in which applications are submitted and processed. But to your point, in the last year or two or three, and I would submit perhaps because COVID had something to do with that.
Of course.
In the last 36 months or so, there's been a dramatic change, right, in the way life insurance applications have been taken in general across all spectrums of life insurance, but particularly in the arena of final expense, wouldn't you say?
I would say so, yeah. Like we were just getting at, not every carrier is on this platform yet, and not every carrier has the ability to do some of the things that we're going to say to you here, but it's coming, right? It's coming. And I think the carriers who are out in front of this are going to be much more susceptible for more business, right? Mm-hmm. It's faster, it's easier. You go on our website now, and it can become confusing for some agents. Which quota am I supposed to use? How am I going to get an application? How am I submitting that application? And how long does it take for me to get paid?
Yeah.
Are all being dummied down, I guess we could say, into a much faster process. So yes, It is coming.
Yeah, and I would submit that why is speed so important? It's not just about how quickly can I get paid as an agent, but also the longer the time period is from submission to issuance and delivery of that policy, the less likely the odds are that you're actually going to be able to deliver that contract, right? You're going to give the client time to perhaps change their mind, reconsider, perhaps talk to competitors. So speed is of the essence. Definitely. So let's chat a little bit about technology. Why has technology facilitated, or maybe even how has technology facilitated this speedy application process?
Yeah, so with these carriers that I mentioned are on this drift now, their e-application is instant decision. So by the time you are completed with this application, you're going to know whether your client is accepted or declined. And how they're doing that is sometimes they'll ask for a signature on the very first page, right? They'll ask for this client's signature. And in some situations, it's going to wait till the end of the application. But as you are going through this application, the client consents to have their MIB, their script check, MVR, PHI, all done while you're doing the application. So as you're going through and asking those health questions, asking them about their social security number, date of birth, other insurance that's in force, these things are happening in the background.
Right.
So by the time you get done with it, they can confidently tell you whether this client will be approved or declined. And in some situations, it's happened to me very little, but you could get a pending result. Maybe a red flag was raised during a health question or how they answered a health question. A red flag could be raised. You could get a pending decision, but typically those pending decisions are still 80, 90% faster than going through the old process of having an underwriter review it, getting back to you. Maybe you're missing some information. Still a much faster process. So instant decision with these new e-applications are making this process seamless.
And the carriers that we're alluding to that have these types of processes are literally approving 95% of applications on an instant decision basis. But a lot of this is facilitated by artificial intelligence tools in the background that are helping to process the decision making in a much more expedited fashion. So much so where some of these carriers we're referencing in this video are providing underwriting decisions in as little as 8 or 9 minutes. Certainly less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, one of our new core carriers, I'm going to call them a core carrier now, and I want to make you guys call me to figure out who does this, right? So that's my hook. One of the carriers, we can write 4 policies. So 2 insureds, 2 policies apiece in less than 20 minutes on an instant approval platform. So you could write 2 Medicare supplements, 2 final expense cases in less than 20 minutes, and it could all be done policy in hand by the time you close out of your computer.
And what I think I heard you say right there is 4 policies means 4 commissionable events. Yes. And by the way, I happen to know that for the carrier Brady's referencing, we're also offering some dramatic bonuses for the sale of those contracts. Mm-hmm. And so huge income opportunity.
If you were to do that, write the 2 insureds, 2 policies apiece, that would be an extra $550 in comp. Extra. That's not counting your regular comp. Just extra in comp. So to find out who that is, please give me a call. I would love to have that chat.
Yeah, absolutely. And in addition to speaking about that specific carrier, please contact Brady because he can clue you into some of these other carriers that, in particularly if you're working in the final expense space, can transform your business, provide a whole new and dramatic income silo to your practice. So reach out to Brady.
Of course.
But unfortunately, for now, we've run out of time on this episode of Selling Life and Annuities. Please do me a favor and click subscribe at the bottom of this video, as well as the notification bell so that every time we come out with new content, you'll be sure to hear about it. But for now, on behalf of Brady Doppler and myself, I'd like to wish you happy selling.